हेलो एंड वेलकम बैक टू योर ओन यूट्यूब चैनल योर ओन पाठशाला ज्योतिशाला। तो फ्रेंड्स, कैसे हैं आप सभी? आशा करती हूँ आप सभी अच्छे ही होंगे और वेरी सून यू विल बी एनरोल्ड इन योर न्यू सेशंस एंड योर जोश मस्ट बी क्वाइट हाई. Definitely all of you must have got your new books and it must have covered and ready for the new session to start very soon. Many of the sessions are starting from 1st of April, from 2nd of April, many from 4th and many from directly 7th of April. Okay, in this video I have brought to you an economics lesson that is of ICSE Standard 10 economics lesson. One of the lesson name is supply. So some key words of the lessons that I of the lesson supply. The lesson name is supply. So some of the keywords related with this lesson I have explained it to my students. So I thought of sharing it with my YouTube audience as well. Before I proceed with the video, friends, if you have not subscribed to my channel now, then what are you waiting for? Please do subscribe to my channel, and also if you do like my videos, please like and share with your friends, and yes, and do let me know in the comment section as to what kind of videos you would like me to upload it for you, and so that it will be a piece of knowledge for you and a good content for me. Let's proceed with the video. The very first one is supply of a commodity. What do we mean by supply of a commodity? Supply of a commodity refers to different of a commodity which producers are willing to produce and offer for sale at various prices over a particular period of time. So it means that when a producer is willing to sell, the price at which the producer is willing to sell the product and the quantity, and that is called the supply of a commodity. Let me explain you once again. So the producers, when they are willing to sell a product, at a particular time and at a particular price, and the number, suppose I'll support it with an example. Suppose producer has 10 kgs of mangoes, but the producer is ready or willing to sell only 2 kgs of mangoes, because the price of the per kg of mangoes is just 100 rupees per kg. So the producer is willing to sell only 2 kgs of mangoes. The rest 8 kgs of mangoes, the producer will keep it to itself. So this is called as the supply of the commodity. Though the producer may have a number of stock, but that is not ready for supply in the market. So what the producer is willing to sell in the market at a particular price and on the particular date or time, then that is called as the supply of that commodity. Okay, I hope I was very clear to you. Coming to individual supply, the second concept is individual supply. The individual supply refers to different quantities of a commodity which a firm is willing to produce and supply at various prices during a specified period of time. Now this, let me explain you word by word. It refers to different quantities of a commodity. Means the commodity is the same, but different quantity I will sell of the same commodity. Different quantity I'll sell, which one single firm is willing to produce and supply, is ready to produce also and supply in the market at various prices during a specified period of time. Suppose I supported with my explanation with the help of an example. Suppose again I am talking about mangoes. Now if I talk about a week, so the time period is 1 week. When I am talking about a week, from Monday to Sunday, the price of mango is varying from Monday to Sunday. Because the price is varying of mangoes from Monday to Sunday, so will my supply vary from Monday to Sunday according to the price. So if the price of the market is low, my supply in the market for mangoes, the producer will supply less in the market. When the price as compared to, suppose the price on Sunday is quite high, the producer or the supplier will supply more in the market in order to exploit the market to the maximum. This is what is the concept of individual supply. But here I am talking about a single supplier, single producer, that he is willing to sell on different days of the week and different quantities of mangoes. Suppose on Monday he is selling just 2 kgs, on Tuesday he is selling 3 kgs, on the third day, that is Wednesday, he is selling 4 kgs. Because the price is varying on different days, so will his quantity vary on different days. And on Sunday, when the price is quite high, maybe 700 rupees, then he will supply the maximum to the market in order to extort the market, or in order to exploit the market to the maximum. This is what is meant by individual supply. Okay, coming to the next concept, that is market or industry supply. Now, what do we mean by market or industry supply? Is different quantities that all the producers are willing to produce and supply at various prices during a specified period. Now, here just it's just similar to individual supply. Here we were talking about one single producer or one supplier. Here when we talk about market, we are talking about the whole market, that all the producers and all the sellers are willing to supply the same quantity. That is, they are willing to supply the same quantity but on different days, different quantities at different prices. So just here talking about all the producers and all the suppliers, and in individual when we were talking about one single firm. Okay, this was the that is, I gave you three terms, that is supply of commodity, individual supply, and market or industry supply. Coming to the fourth element, which is called the determinants of supply. The determinants is nothing but what are the factors that influence supply of a commodity in the market. Okay, so the very first one is price of a commodity, the second one is goals of production, third is input prices, fourth is prices of related commodities, fifth is techniques of production, sixth is structure of the industry, seventh is policy of taxation and subsidy, eighth one is expectation about future prices, ninth is natural factors, 10th is agreements among producers, and 11th is availability of transport and communication facilities. So these are the almost 11 factors they have given, 11 factors that determine supply, or 11 factors that affect or influence supply of a commodity. Coming to the law of supply. Now, how does the law of supply, or how is law commanded in the market, whether it is individual or market? So how does this supply functions? What is the law behind? So the law states that other things remaining the same, the quantity of a commodity that firms will produce and offer to supply rises with a rise in its price and falls with a fall in price. So very simple. So whenever the suppliers, the producers, they want to earn maximum profit from the market. So when definitely they will keep it as a stock. They will keep their commodities as a stock, and when the price will be high in the market, they will bring out their stock. Definitely they will keep the smooth functioning of the market with a lesser supply, but because the price is less, so the supply is also less. When the price will be high, then definitely they will carry out all the stock, or they will bring out all the stock from the godowns and keep it in the market for sale, because when the prices are high, when the prices are high, the supply is also high, because the producers or the suppliers, they want the maximum profit out of the supply. So this is as simple as that. So this is how the law of supply functions. Coming to the here they have given explanation of supply. Like whatever I explained you, they have given point wise. Larger, that's what I said. They want larger profits associated with larger production, increase in cost of production. So that is, there will be an increase in the cost of production, and increase, because there is an increase in cost of production, so their prices will also rise. And increase in prospective sellers with rise in prices. Prospective, when the price of a commodity will rise in the market, definitely other suppliers and producers also will drop into or drain into the market in order to exploit the market to the maximum. So not only one single producer or supplier, but it will draw the attention of other suppliers and producers as well, to drain into the market in order to exploit the market to the maximum. This is what is the explanation of the law of supply. The very first here is for extracting larger profits. Coming to the coming to the expansion, just like okay, let me stop with this video. I think it will be too much to grasp for a student, especially for the new students who are new to economics. Okay, the part of it, that is, there are more key concepts in the same lesson, but I will soon upload it in my next video. Till then, क्योंकि पढ़ेगा इंडिया तभी तो बढ़ेगा इंडिया. And yes, see you soon in the next video. Bye bye.